I would love for you just to break down maybe storytelling from just a master like you. I mean,
And that's the thing. People have been saying this lately. They like, yo, man, you are a phenomenal storyteller. And at first I didn't know how to take that. I'm like, are you saying I'm lying?
right.
That's what I would be like.
You're the new comic, remember?
Yeah, but I'm a new Joan. So
So it's like your joke. You live in a gated community now as well, which is hilarious.
which is freaking hilarious.
So you have a story about the neighborhood coming to drop you off baked goods, and you call the police and all this. So maybe even break down how you develop that into a story from paper to stage.
This is how that story actually took place.
Okay.
So I'm literally living in this. I moved in this gated community, and you go in. It was like I'm like, yo, I haven't seen any other black people over here. And my girl, she was like, I know, right? And I'm like, why the hell? How did we find this? And she's like, it was on the brochure. And so she showed me the brochure, and the brochure got everybody on there, literally doing all type of shit. You flipping through the brochure, it's all type of people doing random different shit that they would be doing. But it's none of them. Oh, it's like completely all white people. So,
Right.
And then I'm coming home one day, and they didn't let me in the gate. And the lady was like, "Do you live over here?" I'm like, "The only one." That's all I said. I'm like, "The only one, ma'am." It should be so easy for me to get in this gate because I am the only one. And if you see another black person come in this thing, they're probably with me. They probably know me. So then I start, you know something? I am the only black person over here. So I just wrote the top down. Wow. Only black person in my neighborhood. Okay, it's gated. They didn't let me in the gate. Do they think people can't jump this gate? So I'm just writing down things that I'm thinking that
Okay.
I'm like, why they don't lock their stuff up? And then I'm like, this is weird. Then I start, okay. Did this lady just ask me that I want some trail mix?
Yeah.
And I'm piecing it together and I'm looking at it. And I said, that's crazy. I live in a gated community with all these people, and I know they're going to change. And this is my little thought. I know they're going to change me. I know it. I know they're going to change me. I know shit about me that I like. I know they're going to fuck with it. I know it. Because I was saying, they are so inviting. And then I would get up in the morning, and literally everybody's walking around the fucking neighborhood, just walking. I'm like, I'm not going out there. I'm not doing it. It's too early. It's too pleasant. I'm not doing it. So I go out there and I'm like, what y'all doing? And I'm seeing just, and then I just start looking at where I lived. And every day I would just come in, I would just find something else about this. I'm like, this is crazy. So then I was on stage one night, and I'm like, I know eventually people are going to find out where I live at. And I don't want y'all to judge me because I live in a gated community, and I'm the only black person over there. And I said, I know, but they tricked me because the brochure was very multicultural.
Right, yeah.
So then I'm just start piecing it together.
Wow.
And then the guy knocked on my door with some other people. It was like maybe like 6 people with this welcome basket, welcome to the neighborhood shit. And I was in there because I was high. I'm smoking. And I'm like, I wonder what they want. I said, can they smell this weed? I'm not going out there. And then it's like, well, we're going to just leave your basket and your stuff at the door. We don't know if you're busy or not. Why would they be doing that? Why would somebody just holler through your door? And I cracked the door. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, we're the welcome committee. And I'm like, this shit is crazy. I've been in the hood all my life. Nobody's ever fucking welcomed me to the neighborhood. So it's just putting it and seeing it and piecing it together and being able to tell it very fluid from beginning to end with no real point. It's no punchline. It's no, I'm not writing punchlines in it. I'm telling the story first. And then I start thinking about the parts that could be funny. But as I'm telling the story, I'm telling the dry story, and it goes back to when you're not being funny, be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever you say that's interesting eventually turn funny because you jovial anyway. So I'm telling the story, and then it gets to these pieces of when people be like, oh shit. And then you looking at the audience and you seeing them like,
Yeah. They're leaning in.
so damn. So, and then the only part of the whole story, which is the part that's the weakest part of this whole story, is very weak because I don't do it all the time because I don't trust it, is the part where I start saying, because this is when it becomes jokey to me. Like when you start seeing people outside your door, you start hallucinating. And I'm like, I know for some reason I was seeing shit that wasn't there. I saw a burning cross. I just saw white people with a pitchfork. And then I'm thinking in my mind, they calling me to come out, and I'm trying to find my gun, and I got 3 bullets, and I'm sitting up against the thing, and I'm saying, why you ain't gonna take me out of here like that? And it's the weakest part of it because it's the joke part. The rest of it is the actual story, which is good. And then I try to add the joke shit to it. Then they be like, no, so I never tell that story. I tell the story about when I came home late at night, and I say, you always, when you sleepy, just go to sleep. Don't try to do shit, because I'm in my house and I want some tuna fish for some strange reason at 4 o'clock in the morning. I put on some eggs. Put some boiled eggs on, put on my tuna fish, and I'm watching Sports Center, and I said, I'm fucking dead sleep by the second dun dun dun, dun dun dun, I'm done. But I got guns all over my house just in case somebody break in, and I don't want to be vulnerable nowhere. And remember, I'm asleep, and I left them eggs on. And most people know when eggs, the water boil all the way down, the eggs pop, they start popping. Pop. It sounds just like that. Pop, pop. So I'm fucking disillusioned. I'm thinking somebody's shooting at me. So I done dropped down off the couch and I grabbed my 38 from up under the bed. And my mom's in the guest room and she comes out, what's going on? And I hear, bah! I say, go back. Mama, they shooting in here. These motherfuckers, wow.
You're excited though. You're like, finally.
So then
Nostalgia.
I said to myself, because I'm in this, it's funny how you can be intoxicated in sleep. You get up and you ever been late for work, but you really not late because you running out the house, you in the car, you going, and you realize it's fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
And you didn't got dressed. You in a vehicle. You're mobile. And you literally still drunk, unconscious. And you like, I'm gonna be late. It's Saturday. Damn. So with storytelling, you start from the beginning and you be as intricate as possible. You tell the very smallest, minute points, because that's what makes the story authentic. Because you like when somebody, like I fucking hate Orange is the New Black because I know it's not. One, I hate the fucking name. That's racist as shit. You know what I'm saying? Why would orange be the new black? Tell me why. How would orange? Are you trying to say black people are fucking locked up? What are you trying to say? But I digress. But the way I hated Oz and I hated Orange is the New Black equally, because I know it does not go like that. And I'm sitting like, who's telling these fictitious ass stories? So you grew your nails long and you slashed somebody in their face. Like, stop.
So with your stories, you try to just use as many details as possible. Is that where the
Did I do prison intake? Did I do the intake story? Because I know I'm doing that on my special, so I know I'm working it.
I don't think so. You might.
About being naked, heel to toe.
No, I didn't hear that one.
Oh, so heel to toe is something that's gonna be on my special.
That's filmed out of prison, by the way.
We're gonna film it at the prison. We try and get this clearance. So if anybody know anybody in Texas who knows anything about prisons, we trying to get one so bad.
For Comedy Central, which the turnaround is quite fast. You do a half hour this year, and then the next year you have an hour. That's a pretty fast turnaround. I don't know if many people jump that quick.
I've been hearing that. I've really been hearing that, but I'm very, very ready for.
You are. Yeah, you're the new comic. Yeah.
I'm the new comic. So
you're the new comic.
When you're new, you should have a ton of material. Yeah. So that aspect of it, they intrigued because they know that I'm saying it's other people that've been to prison that look and be like, yeah, that should happen. Mm-hmm. Because he actually knows. Like he knows. Like it's not like the separate thing is like I don't want people to think that like I'm like any other person that tells or prison story like like you're like, well, Kevin's told that story about his uncle being in jail. Different shit. Women tell a story about having a boyfriend, he locked up and he got all it. They're telling very general shit.
Right.
You know, they keep their room nice and tidy and all that. That's very general shit. Anybody fucking watched any prison show knows that. But how do I get from point A to point B? What my cell look like? What else would I do to my cell? You know, what would I actually do? How's my cell set up? What's the social dynamics of this place? What's the social dynamics? Everybody like your uncle, this fight, da da da. It's not really. I tell stories about places where I came from a unit where people were fighting, and then somebody told me, "Hey man, we don't do that over here. We only kill. We don't fight. We only kill." And that's a real conversation. There's somebody telling you in intake, "Hey man, get you a knife." And where to go get it from and how to get it. And somebody telling you what it's going to be made from and how you going to make it and all of this real technical shit that you cannot possibly know unless you're there.
Yeah, like CC.
CC.
Get it from CC.
Hot breath.